and I'll let in the 3 that are in there right now. Actually, I think that might be it.
Hi there.
Hello. How are you?
Good, good. We've got a handful of folks joining today. These are these are all mostly, like I said, fosters, who are fairly familiar with our current system. So I'd love to have you walk them through how to use them.
2 cats, just the 2 locations, and then I'll be home. So if you're fine with that. So I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, that's right. I was talking to Courtney. She's going to be our host today. So I don't know if we're probably going to have a good 10 or 12 people on. So I don't know if you want to ask questions as we go or mute at the end or you questions for the end, or how do you want to do it?
Well, actually, I'm going to be handing it over to Leslie. She manages our launch care and our support team. So this is kind of like your introduction to Leslie. She's going to do the training today.
Okay.
So Leslie, I'm going to let you.
Yeah. We'll just wait till everyone gets on and then I'll go through a little spiel, but pretty much what we'll do is I'll go through a section and then I'll ask if y'all have questions and then we'll do questions at that time. When it comes to, while we're waiting for people, when it comes to adoptions, when you are processing applications, do you guys do like home checks, phone calls?
No, we will do it on the spot. I mean, we do a meet and greet, but they can come to a store and do it. They can come to someone's house and do it. So what would happen is we would arrange a meet and greet. They may fill out the application before or after, and then we would go from there. So, but we don't do home visits or anything. So we will skip those, like we'll kind of buzz through those. The other thing I wanted to mention too is, there are sections in there we won't be using yet, and I don't want to confuse folks too much with it. So what I may do is when we get to them, I may just say, hey, we can kind of skip over this, because what we're going to focus on is what they're inputting in our system now is what they'll input into your system. So there's a couple tabs that we probably don't even need to go into at this point.
Okay.
We may do this later.
I'll lightly skim over a record and then you can tell them what tabs you want them to fill in post.
Okay.
So I'll show like the dashboard and kind of how to get to the knowledge base, how to get to request reports and any issues they may come across.
So we don't have to do reports because none of these guys will be doing reports.
Okay, perfect.
It would be good to go through some of the tabs because I don't know if they know, or I don't know if that's something up to me to show them how to input the meds and the vaccines and all that kind of stuff. Because that's
I'll show the area and where it goes, but we won't actually fill in a whole blank record. That would take the whole hour.
Okay.
So the whole hour is pretty much going over the record and showing you where things are, and then processing an application and connecting the 2 together for an adoption.
Okay. All right. I will fill in with additional training on the other stuff. I'm hoping to do some videos and things later on. I did give everyone access. I don't know, everybody on the phone so far, were you able to get into your account? Did you try?
Yes. No.
Okay. Did you get the email to get into your account?
Yeah, but into what account am I trying to get into?
The Buzz account, the new one that we're going to be moving to. If you haven't already, that's fine because we can give people new accounts when we go live.
I did that yesterday and it took me a little bit longer. I'm not 100% computer savvy, but I think the only part where I was confused was where it gave me my username, which I was fine. And then my password, it gave me my password, but it was broken up into 2 sections. So I didn't really realize that. Like it said the top part and then it was a hyphen and then another part and then a
Were
hyphen.
you able to get in?
I was. After I reread that, I just wanted to let everybody know that, like a lot of people, you'll just skim through it. It just took me a little bit, but I did finally get in.
Okay.
They are long passwords.
Yeah, I did notice.
Yeah, I put in, because what I did was to make them harder, I used your username and then put some numbers at both ends to make it harder. I think
that's what confused me the most is I was like, is this even going to fit? It was such a long password, but I
have a long username.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll give folks a couple more minutes to join. I had a bunch of people who said they wanted to join, but I know people get busy, so we'll kind of see what happens.
Yeah, and we can
Can you hang on just a second? I'm gonna have to take this real quick. Hey, Jen. You should have in Zoom. All right, I'll send it to you. I'll forward it now. Okay, bye. Janet, maybe you aren't okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. That was Jen. I think somehow I left her off the invitation. So she's our foster coordinator. So she'll be joining.
Oh,
Amy, do you know how many more people were?
Yeah, I mean, there was literally like another 8 or 9 people who said they were going to join, and best intentions, but I don't know. But we can go ahead and get started because we'll wait till 5 after if that's okay, and
Yeah,
then I
that's
will
fine.
send this out to other folks. The recording out.
That is fine. What I'll do is I'll just start and introduce myself while we wait this last minute. So I'm Leslie. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So many more of you. I head up support and what is called our launch care team, which you'll be introduced to them here post-launch. So I used to do onboarding and demos. So I'm actually very familiar with you guys because I had a lot of meetings with Jim back in the day, about 4 years ago. So I have had a lot of meetings. I know you guys have been trying to get on with us for years. So I'm so happy to see you guys here and at this stage.
Yes.
I come to you with a pretty extreme rescue background. I worked for a pretty big rescue in Washington State for about 5 years. And about 4 of those years, I did adoptions all by myself in Buzz. So I was the adoptions director. That is kind of why I come in and I still like to do training. I can answer different questions if they are outside of the normal Buzz like realm how we do things. My goal for this next hour is to show you the system and how it works, and then you can figure out as a whole how you want that to look for you. So you just told me you do them in person. That completely changes how I train you to do adoptions. So that's kind of why I ask when we're sitting around waiting for people to join, because it will change how that process looks for you. So
the other thing I wanted to mention too that's very different is that we don't get people just submit an application in general. They submit an application attached to an animal 100% of the time. They will see an animal and attach it to it. So there is a specific cat they're already waiting for. So that's kind of the route we take versus people submitting an application, then we finding an animal for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much every time they're putting in an application, they have that animal in mind because they've done the meet and greet, right?
Yeah, and they may change animals, but they're there because there's an animal they want and they're ready to adopt. So it's not like I'm waiting for a certain color or size or something. I mean, occasionally that happens, but very rarely. And even if it does, they come in because there's a specific animal. So if you can guide us that way, that would be great. And to everyone on the call, we, like she mentioned, we will not be using every feature and everything. I will do additional training with you guys and be doing additional videos that will talk about how we can put the information we mostly use into the system. But this will be a good overview for those of you who want to go in and kind of play around and learn more about it. And if you have questions or anything, you can let me know, or any feedback on it. But so this is kind of an overview training, but we will have additional training and more specifics on how we're going to use the system to do our things.
Yep. And if you have any questions, I always ask at the end of the section I'm showing you if you do have questions. And that's a great time to speak up and ask. And generally, if it's about if it's about functionality, I'll be able to help you. If it's about, are we going to do this, Amy? Then she's gonna, we'll let her answer.
Yeah.
I'll try not to keep you all. I'm aware that we're here, all of us, most of us after work. Everyone's probably hungry or just eaten and probably going to be in food coma status soon. So what I'll do is share my screen and we're going to get started. And then as people come in, Courtney will keep letting them in. If you need to say something, please just speak. I'm going to move you to my second screen. This is where I need to look in order to see you. So if you're doing this, I won't see it. So just speak up. I'm okay if you interrupt me. I've done this for many years, so I know where I can pick back up. So let me share my screen here. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Here I am. Okay. Of course, my mouse. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So what you were staring at is your Buzz dashboard. I may have a different view than all of you. I am logged in as the highest permission level, which is a rescue administrator. You may have different levels of permissions. So you may see your dashboard may look a little different. You may not have as many icons over here. You may not see as much in your main dashboard area. You have a search area up top. So you'll see right now, I can search by dog's name, pet rep, internal tags. You have a list by all of the things that you can look at. Typing in Ginger's name, the dog will open a pop-up box that shows me every dog in the organization that has been named Ginger if I'm searching just off of that name. Anything that is orange in the back end of Buzz is a link that you can click on. So I will know that clicking on Ginger's name will open Ginger's record. And now I can come in and manage things within that record. And we'll come back to Ginger's record in a second. Scrolling down, you have an area where you can come and connect with Buzz in different ways. One, you'll see the updates. These little guys, the first time you log in, they're going to be cheering. They're going to tell you about some old updates we did. When we add the next round of updates, they will be moving and grooving again. But right now, once you click on them, it'll say we don't have any announcements. That's where we'll announce like new updates that we've done to the software. The Connect with Buzz area, clicking on the knowledge base brings you to our support site. If you click on video library and you come to animal management, everything I'm showing you today has a video to back it up. And everything I'm not showing you today has a video to back it up. So if you want to learn how to add an animal into the system, you come and click on it. We'll pause it before that really annoying intro starts. But it'll be me telling you exactly how to do things. I'm actually filling out a record in this video for you. So you do have videos. So Amy, that may take a load off you there because we have them for you already. So everything from how to add an animal to the search options, all of the information, adopting out the animal, you guys are going to use a different way. So since this is the beginning of training and I'm assuming we're all fresh-minded, just remember using a paper contract. It's a long one, but it's the way you will do it. And I'm also obviously also going to show you how to do it as well. So you have animal management, people management. This is how quick.
I'm sorry. Did I just hear you say we're going to be using the paper one? That's what we're going to be using?
Yes. Yeah. So it's called using a paper contract, but that's right. the way that I'm going to show you how to do an in-person adoption is the similar. It's a process that's in that video.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because there's two ways. You can send the contract from us and they apply, and it's just a little bit different of a way when they're in person with you if you have a device that you're going to be doing the adoption on.
Yes.
So you'll see people management, application overview, and explaining the timeline and notes and how to move the application through the process. Very simple process. It's only 2. This is why these meetings take an hour, because there's just so much to go through, which is why I also don't say, let's fill out a whole thing for you, because you have it right here. It's all here within these videos. And once you're live and going, you'll have my launch care team that take care of these for the first 30 days to ask all your questions too.
And the video I will try to do a shortened one for you guys that just goes through how to quickly add a cat and the things that we normally do. So that's the video I'll do, is just basically mimic what we currently do in our system, but how to do it in Buzz.
Yeah. Perfect. You also have an area, report a bug, request a feature, request a report. Any of these buttons takes you to the same form. So you're going to choose your issue type. So let's say I show you how to add an animal today and you go to do it. And when you click the button, nothing happens. Well, that's a bug. Generally, that first 30 days after launch, you're coming directly to me and my team, and we are spitting out and fixing anything that we find or explaining something more thoroughly that maybe didn't get completely covered here in training. So you're going to click on bug and it's going to open up some new fields for you. You're going to name it. Here is my ask. Please don't give it your first name, because when we communicate to you, we'll say your bug, Jennifer, is done. And you'll go, well, what bug was that? And we'll go, I don't know. And we'll have to go and look and give you the description of it. Cannot add new animal. There you go. And then in your description, we just ask you to be as specific as possible. If you say nothing works, support's going to come back and go, what do you mean? Where? The website, the software, on your phone, on your desktop. So the more specific you are for us, the quicker we can hopefully find it and fix it. If you have a link, even better. If it's an animal record, each animal has their own specific URL. So when my team logs into your environment and clicks this link, it's going to bring them to this record. So if you have 8 Lunas, 5 Bellas, 3 Tuckers, we'll know exactly which record we need to go to. It won't cause any confusion. Your
can I ask a quick question? I'm sorry. What were you supposed to put in regards to the bug's name?
Anything but your own name. Just something that's going to describe it to you. So when we tell you it's fixed, you're going to know what we're talking about.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Your rescue's name, that's pretty obvious. If you guys go by an acronym, like if you're SFAS, can you please just type out St. Francis at least for us? My development team will not know your acronym. And they will be real confused, and that will just prolong it from getting fixed while all of us are sleeping, because they all work through the night. Your first name and last name, that's an obvious. Your email address, just give it a double check before you submit. If you type it wrong, when we send you the notice, you won't get it. And we don't always know if something is incorrect, if it's not like a, if you don't accidentally put the L in Gmail. So the beginning part, we won't be able to catch. So that is how you will report bugs after that 30 days with my launch care team. Back to our dashboard. If you want to add a new animal into the system, there are 2 ways to do it. There is the old school, Leslie's been here forever way, and actions die hard, can't teach an old dog. So hover over the paw print menu. Your whole main menu in Buzz is iconic. So your icon with the paw print is your animals. And if you hover over dogs or cats, you'll see a flyout that says add dog, add cat. Well, if I click that, it's going to open up that blank record for me. And then what I did do is I went off of my dashboard. In order to have an animal put into Buzz, it needs 4 things. It has to have a name. So right where it says dog's name, I get asked this a lot. You just click and then you type in the name. And then it has to have a status. So what is this animal status? Available, recovery room, forever foster. It will allow you to select more than one status. Please don't, you will confuse the system. This is something that's going to be changed in a future update. Right now, if I select all of these, it will put the animal in all of these. But guess what? When you go to adopt it out, that payment page is going to freak out. It's not going to work. So if my animal is in the recovery room and I need it to be available for adoption, I'm going to uncheck recovery room and click available.
Just so you guys, I know this is fewer things. Recovery room, there's going to be an internal tag in there. That includes all of our pending spay neuters, medical holds, socialization, any hold. So it's an active cat that isn't going on the website. We put all that, what they call recovery room. And then all the other statuses, I think, are pretty self-explanatory.
The third thing you need to have is a date of birth. This date of birth is tied to a few things in the system. One, it's tied to the adoption fees. Two, it's tied to the age group. So when I select, we'll just say August 1st, I can say if it's actual or estimated. But this, once I update the animal, you'll see underneath it, it's going to have an age group and a range here. So we'll update and publish it here in a second. So those are the three things that have to be there. I always say 4 because a lot of the times when we're entering animals, we don't want them to go on the website. Available in recovery room, if you chose to keep them on the website, show on the website. So if I'm using those 2 statuses and I want to hide this animal because I just need a few more details to fully vet it, to put it on the website, I'm actually going to come to the right-hand side to this orange iconic menu. And the second icon down is an eyeball. And if you click it, it will make sure that that animal is not published to the website. It will be in the software, but it will not be on the website.
So in our categories of recovery, that cat will be on the website?
I don't think we have a page for that. Just to be on the safe side, though, you should always click the do not look at icon like she did until it's available, and then you can unclick it.
Now, when it's available, will that automatically come off, or do I have to click it off?
You have to click it off.
Click it off.
We always have to click it off. Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. Yeah. Always have to click it off. Also, if an animal, just giving this now since we're talking about this icon, if an animal is hidden from the website, its payment page for the adoption will not work. What you're telling the system when you hide it is not available for adoption. So if it is hidden, when you send out the contract or when you have the contract in front of you and the person fills it out, they click submit, they're going to get taken to a page that says, hey, I'm invisible to the public. Have them turn me back on so you can pay for me. And you'll have to come back.
Where's your dog?
And
so you can complete a contract even if it's not visible.
I'm not going to be late.
You can complete the contract.
You guys put yourselves on mute. Someone's
What time
talking.
does it start? Set.
You can complete you can complete a contract, but you cannot pay for the animal. So in Buzz, it's two different things.
Okay.
Once you have those 4 things, I say publish it and get your animal into the system. So we'll click publish. I'm going to refresh my little dog page here because we'll talk about this. And once this animal is published, if you were to hover over your pet menu and click on dogs or cats, it's going to open your dog and cat table. On this table, everyone is separated by their statuses. So available, recovery room, forever foster, happy tails, over the bridge, so on and so forth. You'll see Fluffy's right here, and you can see on a quick view that Fluffy's hidden on the website. So on a quick glance, I can see some high-level information on the dogs. One, a picture and its name, whether it's available and featured on the website, its breed, gender, its age. If I had filled in energy or behaviors on my dogs, they would show up here. Oh, they're down here. Its internal ID, internal tags, which I really love. Those are my Buzz love language. So if I wanted to see all of my animals that were too young, I would type in too young, and it's going to pull up my animals that have that internal tag. Now, full disclosure, if their name is too young, that animal will also show up. So don't give your animals internal tags that you'll use as names. Otherwise, you may be a little confused at first. So
this is where we can put our like pending adoptions, and we can pull all of them up like we can now.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll have all of this. Let's go back into.
And wait, before you go though, there is a column on called foster, and it will have the foster's name, and I believe it's a live link, so you can click right on that foster and go to it without having to go back to another table.
Yes.
So
anything that will be orange will be, of course, I don't have any fosters assigned because I'm mean. Anything that will be orange will be clickable for you, but usually we link those names too.
And you can, oh, never mind.
Back into good old Fluffy here. So I've clicked that orange publish button, and now I'm left with an orange update button. This is your next most important thing to remember. When you change something in a dog record, if it does not refresh on its own, you have to click this update button, or your changes will not be saved, and you'll walk away from your computer and your browser will time out, and you will be one sad person because you did not save all that work you just did. I tell you this because I do it, because I walk away and I get sidetracked. I'm a mom, I have dogs, you know, I'm working, everything. So just make sure you click that update button. If you don't remember if you click the update button, just click it again. What does it hurt to save it one more time? Now you have your upper, like your high level information on the dog. So dog's name and status, you have those internal tags. So there you are, too young, being fostered. These are managed by your rescue admins. They can change and remove as needed. So if you need more, just reach out to Amy. She'll be able to get those in for you. You have public tags, just arrived, pending adoption. This is a working one that you'll see here when we adopt out Ginger here in the end. And then you have pack information, who they're bonded with, who their pet rep is, the foster. You have two different foster areas. This is saying who the foster is by selecting the foster. Granting access to the foster, Amy, is saying this foster has a login with a foster user role permission, and they need to be granted access to this record only. If they have any permission higher than foster, you don't need to do this.
Yeah, and you guys, we are going to give all of you the same permissions you have now, so you would automatically get access to it.
Yeah.
So my question is, if I'm not the foster, can I still check the record?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm giving all of you the same permission. I've changed it so you can look at any animal record. You can also change any animal record, so don't mess with someone else's cats.
Well, yeah.
But you can still go in and see everything the way you can now.
Gotcha.
And then select adopter, which we're going to do at the very end. Your little orange.
Just one other thing I want to add in here, though, the pet rep's name. So like I mentioned right now, if you do a search bar on the first page and you put your name in and you have a common name like Amy and people name their cats Amy, everything that says Amy comes up. What I'm suggesting you do is for the pet rep's name, give yourself a nickname. Like I use Ames. If I put Ames in there, any record with Ames in it, I can sort on and I can see every animal that's associated with me. So it's a nice little cheat from the front page. I mean, you have to do it by status, but if I wanted to see all my available cats or I wanted to see all my recovery room cats, just give yourself a little nickname. You can, it's a free-form field, just type in whatever you want, but don't use a name that someone would give a cat. Like, don't make Fluffy your rep name or you're going to be in trouble. But that's
it'll help.
Yeah.
It'll help with all of us Jennifers.
Yes, for sure.
Do a nickname for us
Jennifer nicknames.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's on every record we end up.
Every record, if you put your name in there, then it'll show up under you and it makes it really easy to search all your cats in that status real quickly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your orange half moon is your public facing information. This is the information that shows up to the public when they come to the website to look for animals that are available for adoption in your organization. Amy, are you guys gonna connect with Pet Finder or Adopt a Pet?
Yes, we are definitely with Pet Finder. I think we will sign up with Adopt a Pet. So yes, now your information will go automatically into that for every cat. We don't have to manually put it in. So all your cats are going to show up there.
Integrations done, they will cross over, but what you need to be wary of are your purple and blue dots. These are required. Everything in the public facing information that has a blue or purple dot is required by Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet in order for that animal to cross over to their site. So you can't just go in and add whatever you know and say, oh my gosh, well, I didn't put the breed and the weight and now Fluffy isn't showing on Pet Finder. Well, that's because you didn't put what Pet Finder requires in order for us to have that connection to them. So you'll want to make sure in the public facing information, you at least have primary breed and color, gender, date of birth, weight, and a full description. You have two different types of description in the animal record: a brief description, which is 20 words or less, and a full description, which is War and Peace. You can tell us whatever you want on that animal.
And for right now, I think we'll just use the full description. All those will flow over from what you currently have. In the future, we can show you where the brief description is and we can decide to do that. But for right now, I think it's just an extra thing to write. Question for you though, Leslie. If we have the animal hidden, but fill all that stuff out, is it going to go to Pet Finder?
No.
Okay.
No. You do have areas in the top of the record. So you have a star. This will make the animal featured. We recommend no more than 3 on the website being featured, or it will get very, very long.
Yeah, and actually I unselected you guys from feature because we're going to use that on a special page for cats. And so when we have older cats or older pairs or special needs cats, we're going to put them there. So if you want your cat to be featured on the special page, you can let me know and we can add your cat.
Perfect. And then up here, you'll see remove me from the uploads. This is tied to that feature, so they won't be able to do that either. But hiding an animal prevents it from going to the website and prevents it from pushing to Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet. And only your available statuses will go there. No one in recovery room will go there. So even if a recovery room cat gets entered and they forget to hide it, the worst thing that's going to happen is it shows up on the website if you left that page on there. So that's it. It won't go to Pet Finder or Adopt a Pet. So we'll make sure all of those are switched over. Your brief descriptions, when you start using them, they are 20 words or less. If you go over 20 words, it's going to say ... and no one's going to know what you said because it's the only place it shows up. But when you click on the animal to learn more about them, so think of this as like your introduction. This is your 20 words to pull that person in to make them want to see more on this animal. They're going to click on this animal and it's going to bring them to their detail page where that War and Peace is, right? Like you could write a book on this dog. It's going to show up. All of its pictures, its public tag. When you mark it with a public tag, you'll see it on the picture right there. And everything you put in that public facing information. Now, if you don't put something, let's say I didn't mark anything about cats, this would actually disappear and everything would move up in its place. So if you don't know something and you don't mark it, it's not going to look like to the public you don't know anything about the animal and that you left it blank. It's just not going to be there. They won't know. So those are kind of where those two descriptions will
can you show how they can see that? Because I think this is a great feature. When you're putting the animal in, you can click on an icon and see exactly what customers are going to see on the website. That little globe
little
right there,
world. All of the icons back here,
everything.
if you hover over them, they'll tell you what they are. Because we do use a lot of icons. So if you don't see a flyout and you hover long enough, you'll see what that icon means. So yours, if you click the preview on the website, it's going to just open Ginger's page for you, and you're going to see everything you put in and how it displayed.
Yeah.
So we can double check our work.
If you skip something, you can go back and fix it and toggle back and forth.
Yep.
Perfect.
So down below, after your public facing information, you have internal information. So this is the information that won't always show to the public. I say won't always because there's a couple areas I'm going to show you. You have your intake. So this is where your intake date, when you got the animal, the internal ID. Buzz automatically assigns internal IDs for you if you kept that on. DG means dog, 26 is 2026, and Ginger was the 5th dog of 2026 to enter this organization. So that's how it looks. It'll be the same thing for cats, CT. You'll have them for adopters, fosters, and volunteers. Everyone has an internal tag. So,
and the intake date will automatically populate with today's date, right? But you can backdate it if you want.
Yes. Yes, you can change it. Historical ID, did this animal come from somewhere else? Did it have an animal control ID?
This is where we're going to use our A numbers from PRC. So the animal control ID will be A numbers for you guys that get animals from there.
And did it come to you with another name? Like for instance, my rescue who's snoring behind me, his rescue name was Corned Beef. And I was like, who did that to that poor? It's a good thing he's really cute because who would adopt Corned Beef? Give me a break. There was Irish food litter. History, where did I come from? Owner surrender. Oh, sorry, Jennifer, were you speaking?
No, go ahead. I was just
Okay.
laughing at your comment of corned beef.
Oh, he's so cute though. He doesn't look like corned beef, I promise. Where did I come from? Did I come from
Can you show the, yeah, hold on menu. There you go.
owner surrender, shelter, other rescue, born in rescue, pet store, stray found? Anything you click on will give you another little drop down to enter more information in. Any animal who was turned in as a owner surrender, so they filled out the form on the website, it creates the dog record for you. That will be another video that I recommend you watch in that animal management is the owner surrender video.
We're not going to use the surrender forms for right now. We may do it in the future, but we're not going to do that one for right now. So in this,
so when you do, watch that video.
So we do definitely want you to put where the dog came, where the cat came from. This is mandatory. Other at the very bottom is for your TNR or trapping thing. So all the other ones are in here similar to what we have, but the other will be TNR. And you can put notes in here if you want to put like the address or whatever that you got them from.
Real quick, Amy, when we were in the tab before this one, the identification, and it stated where you had to put over there the internal ID, where does that number come from? Because most of the cats that I've gotten have been through like Connie or something, and she fills out the stuff before she hands them over to me, and then updates it.
So it'll come with a number already on it. So if she started this record, you wouldn't have to. You would pick up the cat and just add everything else the same way you do now. She would just transfer it to you, and then you could fill out all the other stuff.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes. So let's see. We have history. You have litter. Was this animal a part of the litter? The cool thing about this is it links all those animals together. So if I come to Sweetle, oh gosh, where is she? Oh, Maple. I went way by her. I don't know why I was thinking she was near the bottom. So if I come into Miss Maple and I come into litter, you're going to see the litter information and all of the animals, the puppies that are under her. This will be the same for everything I'm showing you for the dogs is the same for the cats too. I just have one dog that's really built up. If you know the dad, you can put the partner. If not, we're sarcastic here at Buzz, and we said she was wild. So if I come into, let's see, let's go to Buster. If I click on Buster and I come to his litter, I'm going to see that I assigned who his mom is. Where are we? Come on, Buster. So is mom in rescue? Yes, this is the mom. If I say yes to the dad, it's going to pull up all the names of the boys that I have, and I can choose the dad and assign those parents. Then all of the litter mates that I've connected to this litter are going to show up as well. So their records are all kind of linked together. They'll stay together.
How did you connect those?
Just by filling in the information. So I said mom, and I connected them by their litter name. So I chose.
You have to name the litter.
The drop down.
Oh, you have to name the litter?
Yeah. In fact, Connie does that a lot. She'll go like Himes Avenue 1 for the kitten, Himes Avenue 2. She can just say Himes Avenue now and then put 1, 2, 3 for the litters under them. You don't have to use this if you want to connect him because it makes it easier. But if it's easier for you to just put a kitten in and then clone it 3 times and fill it out the way you do now, that's fine. These are features that are there, but they are not required. As we get more used to the system, they might be really handy, but don't worry if you can't figure out how to do it on day 1. You can just put it in the way you've been doing it.
Yep.
Okay.
You also have your in-care tab, which is kind of routine and disposition. How often do they eat, sleep, things like that. You have medical. So
and again, we're probably not going to use in-care very much. If you want to for yourself, you don't. We will not require you to do anything in care. The other tabs on here is what you'll pick up what you're doing now.
So intake, medical observations, skin, eyes, ears. How did this cat look when it came to you? Microchip and spay and neuter. Microchip, if it arrived microchipped, you'd click yes and enter in the information, but we said that we microchipped it, so we put in that information. Down below, the spay and neuter This is where one of the things where I said they don't all show on the website. If you want that information to show on the website, all you need to do is click that and update. A lot of rescues didn't want their unaltered animals to show that they were unaltered on the website. So we made it so that you had to physically click it so that it would show if you wanted it. If you come in, all of this is not one and done. So if I come in right now and say that Buster is not neutered and then we do neuter him, I can come back, change it, update it, choose the name of the vet, say the date. If I know what the incision's closed with, I can choose that as well.
Did you say the microchip number can be shown on the website?
No, the microchip cannot, but the spay and neuter can if you choose.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Vaccines and preventatives. Is this animal up to date on vaccines? This is one. See these right here, you'll see that they do cross over to Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet if you fill them in, but it's not required. So if you do not do this and you publish the animal will still cross over to Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet. Core vaccines, to add any of your vaccines, let's do a non-core since those ones are filled in. We click on the empty white box, find Bordetella, and now I can fill in my dosing information. Think of those stickers if you do your own vaccines and how they fall off the paper sometimes and you're like, crud, where'd my sticker go? This is the sticker in the system. So if you choose to enter those into the system, this is how you will do it. Date given, the next due date, and then you can enter in all of that information if you'd like. When you come back to add the next one, you're going to come and you're not going to click in this drop down anymore because it's already here. So this cat's here for a year. I come back, click on Bordetella again, and then I'm just going to click additional dose and enter in that information again.
Just so you know, for us, the only thing what's required is the given date. Nothing else is required on there. So you definitely want to put the date you give it, but it's handy to put the next due date as well. You can give yourself like the next year. If it's a rabies or something, it does not calculate it automatically like our current system does. So if you're doing an FBRCP, you might want to just add 21 days to it and give yourself a next due date.
Oh, that's good to
So
know.
we're not going,
Pardon?
we're not going to get the emails telling us who's due.
We're supposed to. I've got to work on that with Courtney and see exactly what comes out when. I think it does. I'm playing around with it to see exactly what you get, but I do think that that is a feature that's coming out in the future.
Okay.
In the future, yes. Yeah. So right now, no. What I would suggest is building a report on next due dates and sorting by you as the pet rep.
Yeah, and we can also try to help you guys with that. But for right now, it's not going to give you a the routine thing. So, but it is, they are doing an upgrade in the next couple months, and that should be part of it. So just go in and put in the date given on any of those the way you do now.
And it won't kick us out saying that because it's a date ahead of time, we can't enter it. It'll let us enter it this time.
You could literally enter tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, yeah, usually because it's if you put like the FBRCP or whatever the vaccine is that are given, and then you go to put in when you know it's going to be due next, usually it won't let you put in a date that's in advance now.
It will not.
But the new system will or will not?
You can put an advanced date in there, but you want to put it in a separate section. Yeah, you're just going to add another dose. But
Okay.
you make sure that you've actually done it. It's better to wait till you've actually done it.
Right.
Otherwise, if you don't take them that day, it's false.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So this is where your core, non-core preventatives like heartworm, dewormer, things like that are all going to be stored with those meds.
So the flea stuff is on there too. All the fleas and the dewormers are in this thing. So I will note too, is when you go down to these preventatives, it lets you put in one date. For example, if Panazerol is part of our core dewormer, you will put it in there when you give it. If you're using Panazerol as a cure for coccidia and you need to do a number of days in a row, you're going to do that in the prescriptions and over-the-counter medicines later on. And that will let you put in a whole week of meds without having to do every day separately.
Yeah. So, and we'll get to that tab here in a couple more. So
you
you have
just
exams,
for the-
tests, and treatments. When you take an animal to the vet, if you want to record that vet visit, you'll click add exam and you can choose from the type of exam that you took them to. So wellness exam, date, who took the vet, any notes you have, were there any documents that you uploaded? If you all have Google Workspace and you're choosing to do the Google Workspace and Google Drive integration with us post-launch, you'll be able to add those records into this animal's records. Same with tests. If I come in and want to add a test on this animal, add test, select the type, fill it in. And
this is where we put the FVR, we do a combo test on every cat. So we would definitely be using that for the combo tests. Then it will ask you, and you can also do it for Pan-Luke. And depending on what the test is, it will give you notes on how to, whether it was positive or negative. So it's really handy that way on some of these tests.
Yeah. Medical conditions. So I took Ginger in because she was dehydrated. If I click my little edit button, I can edit what I put in. If I want to change like any tests or add anything after I've added it, I can do that as well. But you'll see what ended up happening is Ginger was dehydrated, but she got diagnosed with diabetes. So go figure, poor Ginger. So once I put in that information and I click update condition, you're going to notice that it kind of whirls up here and then the page refreshes. This is one of those instances where you don't have to click update, because what you did was you updated the page when you updated and submitted that condition. So you'll notice that everything you did before that got saved.
The conditions are handy, but we probably won't use those a whole lot at first, you guys, so don't worry about that one so much.
Prescription and over the counter, you have your add medicines. You'll notice you have little icons over here too. So prescription looks like a piece of paper. OTC means over the counter, and SUP is supplement. If you do not put a name, it looks like this. It just closes and you're like, what in the world is wrong with this thing? If you do put the name, it's nice and sitting right here for you. You also have vet clinics. This is where if you put like the main vet that you will take this animal to. So like my old rescue, we were all over Eastern Washington and we had different vets in different areas. So we would go in and mark what vet this animal would go to based on its foster. So you do have documents, upload and download. So if after launch you decide to do that Google Drive integration, what that means is Buzz will talk to the Google Drive. So if you have a vet document and you come in and you drop it into the file uploader, it's going to upload and put it down here under the uploaded documents. What this does is Buzz puts it into your Google Drive and it lives there forever. So if you're ever like, get out of here, Buzz, we're never coming back, and you leave, you don't have to worry about getting documents from us. You will have them already. What Buzz is doing is giving you access to that document in that drive. So we're displaying it here for you.
So like rabies certs can go in there. If you get fecal test results or you want to upload a file that you get from a vet, we can start sending them to you guys and you can just upload them, slide them in there, and then you can pass them on to the adopter.
Yes. And everything that you have put into the system medical wise can also cross over to our medical PDFs for you. So I just clicked on vaccines and preventatives for Ginger. And when I click on that, it's going to open her little PDF. It has all of her high-level information and everything that we've done. So if you fill in your animal's bioprevent and you put that next due date in and you print that out or send it, email it to an adopter, which I'll show you how to do at the end, they'll know the next time those are due as well. So if you put in that next due date, it will also help adopters if you choose to send these out in the end.
Mm-hmm. And just so you know, you guys, the complete medical record is everything you put in, and it is a separate page for each tab. So we won't be printing them out anymore. We'll be sending them only electronically, because otherwise it's going to be like 5 pages, because it's just a few things you put on it. So microchips is one document, preventatives is another document, vaccines is another. So all those are separate. So we will just click complete medical history and it will get emailed to them.
Yep. So next you have financial, income and expenses. So income, your adoption fees that are paid online through the integration will automatically file here. If you're at an event and a little kid gives you $1 for the cat, then you need to come in and click add income. You can say the date you got it, who it's from, what income type it was. You can put a note, got from a sweet little 2-year-old at an event, and put in the total amount. It will tell you if you're positive and negative. So if you really like to be depressed at the end of your adoptions, you can see how much you've lost on the cat. If you've spent more, those medical cases, woo, those are fun to look at right here. They're real fun to look at.
We probably won't do these for a while, so don't worry
Yeah.
about the financial tab. In fact, I don't even think I gave you guys access to it because we're just not going to use this module for a while anyway.
Yeah. Your last area is your timeline and events. So all the big things that happen to this animal show up here. I was born, I entered the rescue. If you add an event, you can say, I'm scheduling vaccines on Valentine's Day. For the rescue admins, this actually shows up in their upcoming events for today, tomorrow, and yesterday. This is a newer thing that we've built that we're kind of playing around with. So they'll see on an overview what's happening with all the animals that day. I do think it's something that you can give other people too. I don't remember off the top of my head though.
This is really handy too, because it will, if you like, this hasn't been assigned to a foster, but you as a foster, it will say, so-and-so became my foster. And what'll happen is when you take a cat to one of the PetSmart stores, you will transfer it to the foster, the PetSmart stores will be listed. And so it will show up in here. So we'll be able to see how many times you took it to PetSmart or some other store, the same way we can right now on our records.
So every time a kid or a cat goes up to the adoption center, we have to log it in, basically?
Yeah, you basically just switch the foster to the whatever adoption center, and then when they come home, you switch it back.
Oh, okay.
The same way you do now when you bring them to a PetSmart. The only difference is it doesn't take them off the website. It doesn't preclude a contract. Nothing else changes except here. This is the only place to see it.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions about the animal record?
Will it show on the public website that the cat is at an adoption center? Will it show the location like it does currently?
We have to put it into an event. We can create events and put them in there. So that's one of the things we're kind of figure out how we do, but there is a way that we can add them to events, I think, Leslie.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So we would have to do that every week.
Yeah. And
Okay.
on the front page of our public website, there is now an events section. So when they went, so we can put the events in for the rest of the year, you know, that every Friday and Saturday, we would just add the cats for that week. So somebody, the same way they're kind of doing, maybe we can have the person who's doing the Facebook page, add the cats in there. And then if someone on the external website clicks on it, they'll see all the cats at that particular event.
Gotcha. One thing about on the medical cats that have medical need, will there be categories or just medical need only?
I think you mean that shows up on the website?
Yeah, like their FIV, FELV, tripod.
Yeah, that is somewhere. Is that in the Half Moon, Leslie, where you can put on the...
Yes, under the special needs medical.
Yes. Oh,
tripod.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Right. Thanks.
Yeah.
And they still have all the same questions, like you can remember the good with kids, good with dogs. There's actually more answers. So you can be a little bit more fine-tuned. We don't have to, and again, so if you don't put anything under good with farm animals, it just doesn't show up. So, and it also allows us to list the energy level of the animal right on the card too, instead of doing the, so the public will see that.
I wasn't sure, how do you upload a photo to the record? I didn't see that.
Yeah. Up at the top. So the blank one, let's go to Fluffy real quick. This one with the circle, this is the featured image. So you have to click on it and it's going to open the media library where you can either drag and drop your photo in, or you can go to upload files and select one from your device. Once that one's in, we'll go back to Ginger real quick. Then you'll have a plus sign and you can click on that. And that's going to bring you back into the media library where you can then select files or drop. Yeah.
And can you do multiple videos or just one?
You can do multiple. So those are going to all be through YouTube, and YouTube is very finicky. So if it is under a minute, so let's see, we all automatically do a video holding our phone up and down. Yeah. If it is up and down and under a minute, it becomes a YouTube short. And when it becomes a YouTube short, the system won't accept it. So you'll either always need to be horizontal and under a minute, or this way and over a minute. There
Okay.
will be a video on YouTube and Buzz. How do I do it? That was me deliriously researching why when YouTube put shorts in there, that our videos weren't working anymore. It was a very
Gotcha.
sudden change by them when they added it. And I was frantically trying to figure out why my clients could not. So it is a long video and I'm sorry, but that is the gist of the video
So
is
horizontal is over a minute.
if it's vertical, it
Vertical.
has to be, you should have it over a minute. So even
Vertical.
if you just watch that cat play and you get to 1:01, you can stop it and it will be categorized as a short.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll take the video, upload it to YouTube, and then you'll get the link at the top that has the word watch in it, and you'll put it in. But if you have any issues, obviously you can email Launch Care or support, and we'll kind of help you. We'll probably ask you for the link to the video so that we can take a closer look at it. It's usually my team of people managing support, but every now and then you may see me hop in and go, oh, hey, Larry, remember me? I'm going to do this for you. And I'll ask you more questions about it. So yeah. Any other questions on the animals, or are you ready to learn adopters? I know we're at our limit, so I don't want to keep you super, super long. All right, let's move on. Let's go to adopters. Oh, I just closed Ginger. Shoot, let me bring her over real quick. Okay. We are going to move on to our adopters. On our main menu, if I come to the icon that has the 3 people, that's what's going to hold my adopter, foster, and volunteer applications. So in your world, somebody's coming in, they meet and greet the cat, and then they decide they're going to adopt it. You have them fill in the application. When that application gets filled in, you will come into the system and click on wherever you need to go, cat adopters or dog adopters, and it's going to bring you to that table. Anyone in submitted hasn't been touched yet. Your goal is just to get them to final approval. So if they've done the meet and greet and you're having them fill in the application, Amy, I'm assuming that they're approved at that point.
Usually by the time, except sometimes they do find us on the website and they aren't approved. So sometimes they will apply strictly off the website. And then at that point, we would leave it in, we would want to move them to initial approval while we're setting up the meet and greet. But if it's at on-site, we would go from submitted right to final approval if we've already approved them. So there's kind of 2 paths depending on whether they found us on the website or they're at an event.
Yeah. Okay. So most of the time they're going to be approved. So Abe fills in his application, for instance. If you want to open Abe's application, you're going to click on his name because it's orange, and we know that that orange means it's clickable, and it's going to open his record. So good example is up top, you'll see it's a duplicate. That is because I used the same email in this application as I did another application in the system. So if somebody applies with the same email more than once, you will see them in here like that. So just so you know. High level information is up top. Your application and all of the information they fill in is down below, separated by the different tabs based on how you had us customize your applications. I don't generally go over these tabs because your questions usually are different than our stock ones that are sent here.
And just to let you know, guys, we are asking a lot more information just to make it easier in keeping track of it. So you probably discuss it live if you're there, but if you're getting a blank email from somebody off the web, it asks a lot of questions you used to have to write back and ask for.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So your orange half moon, that is where your application hides. So where that public facing information is in the animal record, this is where your people information is in your applications. Below, you have your timeline and events with all of your stages. So generally, if you weren't doing it in person, you would go through all your stages, your home visit, everything like that. Your people, because 100% of them, 99.999% of them are going to be approved, you're just going to move them through the stage. So your goal is to click approve and update process. I'll show you the send email part just in case once this updates. So once this updates, we're going to have initial stage, and then you're going to see the next stage, which is home visit stage right above it. If I had sent an email, it would say sent. And if I clicked on it, it would tell me the email I sent. So if at any time I click approve and send email, I can shoot them off an email from here and say, hey, it was so nice meeting you today. Congratulations again. Or, hey, I'm going to check your home. So approve, update process. If you click update process, it is not sending an email. Only if you click send email and then send now will that email send.
Now, if you do want to send an email, I will tell you, it gives you the address. I would send it to yourself as well, because otherwise it's only going to be in here. And if they respond, you won't get it. So there's a place they will populate with their email. But if you want them to be able to reply to you, put your email in there too. And then you'll get a copy of it in your personal email.
It just seems to me, for me, that could we start like assuming I've got a cat at the center, somebody's interested. Now they got to do an application. Can we start there? Because that's where we're going to be at. And I don't know where we started already. They already
so what they would do, Larry, is the same thing they do now. You would tell them to go to the external website and click on want to adopt me on the website. And then they would fill it out. Then instead of going to forms, you would go to this little people icon to look at their application.
Well, so if I'm at the center, so when I'm at the center, I'm going to have the public website out, and that's where I'm going to tell them to fill out the original application.
You can go on their phone and fill it out. Yep.
I got you. But where is that again? Where is that app?
It's on the external website next to the animal's name, the same as it is now. When they click on the animal they're interested in, there'll be a button to fill out an application.
I got you. Okay. And you will, obviously you're going to send us the URL for that as well, for the public website.
It's just our external website. So you would go to StFrancisRescue.org and search for the cat.
Oh, we're using the same website?
Yep. Same URL. Everything will be the same. Once it goes live.
Same domain.
Everything, same domain name. It'll be exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
So is this replacing the current system that's there now? Like
Yes.
Okay, but it's going to take at least like the month to kind of do the whole transition.
Well, I'm teaching you guys now. It will happen in one day. So when we finally go live, this is for you guys to play around a practice site. We're going to go live probably the last week of August, and we will tell you what day. And what'll happen is you will wake up one morning and everything you plug in will take you to the new site, and all of the information on your cats will already be in the new site.
Okay, so we won't have to update what we currently have in there. It automatically come in there. We just update from there now.
Now, the old site will be available at a different URL in case you need to go look something up. If you're afraid something didn't move over, some of the notes might not move over, but the other site will still be there forever. But we're going to go ahead and keep that as a separate one. But all your current, anything that is an active animal, available, pending, sick, anything that's not adopted yet, we'll move into the new site. On the day we go live, we're going to do it during the week. So it'll probably go live on like a Wednesday or Thursday before the weekend when we have our adoption events. So you'll have a chance to go in there and see everything and make sure it's all copacetic before the weekend adoptions.
What about your prior?
The prior ones will be in the old database. Eventually we will move, I think, 2 years into this database, but we will maintain the old one forever. So you can always go look. But as we move forward, we'll get more and more into the new one. But if we need to go look up a chip number or, anything, we can.
It's in the old one. Okay.
So the only thing you need to know is to get this person to final stage. You cannot connect them to an animal if they are not in that final stage and approved. Once they put in that application, you're just going to log in the system, find them under submitted, move them to final stage, and then you're going to connect them with the animal they're adopting. Great, hold on, let me process things on my side. You're going to log in, do your process, and then you're going to come back to the animal that they want to adopt. And right over here, we have select adopter. Anyone who has adopted in the past or is in final stage is going to load, and you'll see them, the most recent ones being at the top. If they were old, like from 2 years ago, and you type in their name, it'll pull them up. The moment you click on their name, it's going to say, do you want to send an email? Your answer in this instance is going to be no, because you're sitting there with them. When you guys are at the stores, do you have like iPads or something you work off of? Okay.
Yeah, or phones, yeah.
That's where I'm confused. If they go to our public website and they're filling out the application for that animal,
Mhm.
why do we have to reconnect them to the animal again? I'm confused by that.
Because just because they apply for the animal doesn't mean they'll get that animal.
Yeah.
In most
Right.
rescue shelter situations, they could apply for Fluffy, but Fluffy's already in a process in a meet and greet with someone. So it's more of like a general, they're applying saying, this is the animal I want. It's more of a large encompass and not just on how you guys do things. It's for the majority. So what you'll do is you'll have to connect them and say, yes, we've approved this adopter to go with this animal. And that's
So
what
when
this step is.
So when he or she fills out this application for Ginger
Yeah.
on our St. Francis public website,
Mhm.
Yes.
then I'm going to go into Buzz.
Yes.
And how am I going to find that again? How am I going to find
You're
where
going
he
to go
filled
into
that out?
Ginger's record. You're going to go into Ginger.
Oh, go into
You're
Ginger's
gonna
record. Okay,
first
gotcha,
hover
gotcha.
over, yeah. You're gonna first
And then
hover
he'll-
over the people, because the first thing you need to do is move that adopter to final approval.
Right, sorry,
And
yeah.
then once that
Gotcha.
adopter is there, you're gonna come
Okay.
back into that animal, and you're gonna select them from the menu, and you're gonna say no to sending them an email, because they're sitting right there with you.
You're saying
The only time I would say yes and send it to them is if they're doing it from their phone and they just want to pull up their email real quick on the phone and do it. That's fine.
Well, they will
Like
probably
there's-
be filling this out on their phone because we only have like one iPad per store. So they would
Right.
fill the application out on their phone.
Okay. So
So
what you
that,
do is choose yes, and it will send them an email with the link to the contract.
Okay,
And
so that's what we want to do, Amy? Let's
yes,
do it that way?
that's what we do now. So just hit yes, send an email, and it'll send them the contract and the pay link.
Okay.
yeah. So what will happen is they'll open their email. So let's point out a couple things with Ginger real quick. One, Abe is signing a contract for her. That's automatically in the timeline and notes. Two, underneath select adopter, it says Abe is signing the contract. Three,
Okay.
Ginger is marked as pending adoption. So this is so that we don't hide her on the website. This pending adoption internal tag means that a contract has been sent. It will mark that animal like the contract has been sent, even if you manually add it. With this pending adoption, it will also pull the animal from Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet the next time we push the information to those systems. So the Pet Finder information push happens about 6 times a day, about every 4 hours. So the next time that what we call a cron runs, it will pull that animal down because that animal needs to be hidden because it's about to be adopted.
Now, the pending
you have
adoption
an
on our
outcome
external
tag.
website.
You what?
That's an external tag, right? So if you
Yeah,
go to
this
Ginger on
is
the external
the
website, she'll be
public
there,
tag.
but it'll say
Yep.
pending. So we could technically get another application.
So they can't select the animal from the drop down, but what they'll do if you have the list other animals you're interested in is they'll say, well, I wanted to fill one in for Fluffy, but she's not showing. And you'll go, well, that's because she's pending adoption. So
Okay.
they'll be marked with pending adoption on the site as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the next thing you're going to notice is there's an outcome tab now. This is where all of the contract stuff is going to be. You're going to see that we've sent the contract and it hasn't been signed and the payment has not been made. So Abe gets our email on his phone. He opens his handy dandy phone, he clicks the button, and what's going to happen is it's going to lead him to the contract. He's going to see his information and Ginger's information. He's also going to come down and select all the terms and conditions, and then he's going to sign his life away and click submit. Once he clicks submit, this contract goes directly into the system, into Ginger's record. He is then redirected to the payment page where he can choose to pay by PayPal, credit card, or if you put in other ways to pay like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, he can choose to pay through one of those.
Is the charge automatic, or do I have something that I have to put in?
We have listed them out. I'll show you, there is a page you can put the charge. We put everyone in at $85, but for the specialty breeds, you can put it in at $150. And we can also decide to show it on the website. We might want to discuss that internally, whether we want to, but you can change it. In the little icons at the top where you do the hide, there's a little $sign, and you
Little
can
money
change the
icon.
amount of the cat.
So if I don't fill it in, it's automatically going to be the 85?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right.
So,
And if they're
they-
adopting two cats?
Then you can go in and
Cats.
change it. Well,
Yeah.
well, how do you do that, Leslie? We can't do two with one thing though, right? Right? You
no,
just have to-
that each cat has its own contract and payment. So if one cat's 85 and two is 100, then what I did with our bonded pairs is I just split it. I did 50 and 50.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but okay.
Now they
So
don't
then-
have to fill out the application again though, because can't you just go into the record and pick them as an adopter?
yes, they don't have to fill out a second application. They fill out one application, and that one application can be tied to many animals.
Oh, yeah, but hold it. I'm at the store. I didn't fill any of this out because I'm not the foster, right? I'm at the adoption center. Somebody's adopting two. Before I let them fill out that application, don't I have to go back in and edit that so it shows that they only have to pay 75?
That is,
Yeah.
that's a good catch.
Yeah,
Yes.
you'll
There is
have to do
to
it
do it
while
at the
they're
end.
filling in the application.
I'll
Or
have to edit that.
at least before you send the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
What
make
if
a
they're
note.
what if they're not bonded?
application.
What if they're not bonded pairs and they're taking one from this foster and one from that foster?
It doesn't matter.
They fill-
Same.
They would still, but I mean, would they have to fill out two separate applications because they're
Nope.
they're
No.
two?
No.
Okay,
You could pull them up in the adopter list and just attach their name.
and touch it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one person record can be attached to multiple. So it won't matter who the cat is with or not, just wherever they.
And I know this is kind of a pain for us because we have a lot of pairs. Buzz does let you submit features that we would like to have changed. And so we will submit being able to do pairs of kittens, because if they have other cat rescues, everybody adopts pairs of kittens. So I think if they might want to adapt this. So we can put in requests for features.
Mhm.
So I will put in a request to see if they will have us do pairs.
And Buzz is built off the back of feature requests. Everything you see here is based on a feature request. So feature requests, think of it as like a suggestion box. If for some reason we absolutely cannot do it, you will hear from us. If we can do it, it goes into our queue. And when development is done with bigger developments, they come in and they go, oh, this would benefit everybody. And it's been asked for 5 times now. Let's pluck it out and build it. And they'll pluck it out and build it, and you'll get notified that it's built.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, good catch on that, Larry. Thanks for changing the price.
Yeah. So when they pay, this is actually connected to my boss's PayPal. I'm not giving her $200. So we're going to pretend I paid through Venmo. She pays me. I don't pay her. So they're going to scan their QR code, pay however they pay. And then they're going to click, after your payment has been made, click here. So they go to a next page. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I hope you have my room ready and all of the things. I noticed that about 80% of my people don't notice the download adoption contract, and that's fine. And you can tell them that's fine. We'll send it to you. Because if you're going to send that complete medical history, you're going to send this again too. So I'm going to show you all of that here in a second. So they're done. They have signed their contract, they have paid their fee. What you're going to do is come back to this record, because I've had this record open and now 4 things have happened to it, right? So in order for that to update, I actually need to update this record to bring in all of the changes that have happened since I've opened it.
And
So
this will tell
when
me that they
the-
made the payment?
So
as well?
because they made the payment offline, which is why another reason why I did it, if they had made the payment through the PayPal integration, then
Right.
that will automatically mark this as payment been made. But if they pay through Venmo and they go, here, Larry, see my receipt, I paid, then you need to come in and say that the payment was made offline.
All right. So if it's PayPal, I don't need to see it, but if it's Venmo, they got to show me.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Especially if you're not the one who gets the notification for the account.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And I think for us, it's going to be Zelle. We don't have Venmo, I don't think, but it's Zelle, and they can still show you, I think, that it confirmed
Yeah.
that it paid.
Yeah.
Oh, Zelle. Okay. Right.
So it's going to say, are you sure? And you're going to say, yes, I'm sure, confirm. And then it's going to refresh Ginger one more time. So now we're going to have Ginger marked as the contract's been signed and the payment's been made. So you're going to see 2 green check marks. Your last step, and you don't have to do it right there with them. You can do this later if you need to. Like you got a line of people trying to adopt, don't stress yourself out. Is you're going to come in and finalize this animal. So this animal will stay as pending adoption if you don't hide it from the website, if you're going to finalize it later. But when you finalize, you're going to say the date of the adoption. You can say where it happened. You can say it was at like a fundraiser event or Petco, PetSmart, wherever, or in the adopter's home. And then you're going to click finalize now. And because we're going to send some medical records and maybe something from our Google Drive, so I can show you that, we're just going to click finalize adoption only. If I finalize and send certificate, I can only send the contract and the adoption certificate. I can't send anything else. And rather than send 3 emails with things, I'm just going to send them 1 email with something. So I'm going to click
So
finalize adoption only.
We'll
Even
probably
if it's PayPal, I have to do this? Even if it's
Yes.
PayPal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where you send all the paperwork.
Yeah.
So now, oh, go ahead, Larry.
Well, I can say if it's Zelle, I'm not going to hit the finalize, right? Because isn't that what Connor has to do?
I
Because-
think we just want to bring this email screen up. You're saying you already said it was paid, so you can still hit finalize.
Even as long as I see it. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah. So now that Ginger's been updated, you're going to see she's in Happy Tails. Happy Tails happens automatically when you finalize the adoption. So they will automatically move there. You'll see Abe up here in the adopter spot. You'll also see, woohoo, I got adopted by Abe. And you will see another tab that appears, which is over the bridge. If you hear down the road that the animal has passed away, we can't undo an adoption to say an animal's died. But what you can say is, yes, this animal has died, and fill in that information and maybe mark it as over the bridge with an internal tag. You can decide that later down the road. We have some rescues that like to know and mark it. So this was built very recently for them because we can't undo an outcome like a contract without canceling the adoption. So now I want to send Abe all of the things he needs to know about Ginger. And in order to do that, I need to send an email. So I'm going to click send email, and you'll notice that Abe's email automatically fills in. He's the adopter. His email is filling in because I'm emailing about his animal. If you did an email template about documents, you can choose from a drop-down. Or if you just want to hand type it in yourself, you absolutely can, but I suggest
We'll have a template that you can send out that's the stuff in there for you.
If you wanted to include anything from the Google Drive, I always suggest coming to the bottom of the email and clicking enter. And then this little, you'll probably have to ask Launch Care. This little folder with the search icon is saying, search the Google Drive and tell me what is in there for Ginger. And it's going to pull up anything that I've uploaded into that Google Drive. If I choose to insert the rabies certificate, I'm going to check the little box and click insert link. and you'll see that it's going to link that Google Drive document for them.
Yeah, and chances are you're going to just send everything that we've collected on her. If you've got vet records, rabies docs, anything you bother to upload, just go ahead and send them all.
Yeah. And then you have the Buzz documents. So you have the complete medical history, but if you didn't do vaccines, exams, medical conditions, and meds, you can just send the ones you did. So if you only did vaccines and preventatives, you can only attach vaccines and preventatives. You also have the adoption information. So adoption certificate, this is a cute little certificate that says they promise to be their best friend, loyal companion, and loving family member with a little paw print on it. It's very cute. Everyone loves it. There's also the copy of their adoption contract. Now, if they did not pay with the PayPal integration and they paid with Zelle, we are not going to attach the fee receipt because the fee receipt is going to be filled in with the PayPal integrated payment. So if they paid offline, you won't need to attach the fee receipt. The last thing you're going to do is click send email and be super patient because the system has to go into Google Drive, grab that document, grab the 3 we told it to send, make the email and send it. But when it sends it, it's just going to bam, refresh, and you're going to see the email and what was sent and what was said in here. So who sent it, when, who they sent it to, what they said, and what they included is all going to be here. And now you have finalized that adoption and you're done with that cat.
So the nice thing is this timeline is kind of handy. So you can see emails you sent to them, or like, let's say you forgot to click on something when you sent it out. If we get an email from someone later saying, oh, I didn't get this, I can go in and see what you sent and resent it or something. So
yes.
So again, I know it's a lot, guys, but again, you just stick to what you've been putting in our current system as far as the meds and everything. The checkout's a little bit different, but it is still kind of similar. So I think with practice, it'll be better. And that's why I wanted to let you guys have access now so you can play around with it. Don't worry about putting information in there. You can fill out as an adopter, just put fake info in it. We're going to clean the whole system out before we go live. So play around with it. Make yourself an adopter. Try checking a cat out. What I've done is I put something in the meds and then I go look at the med file to see how it's showing up and to see what it does. So I've just been playing around too, but so feel free to do whatever you want.
That's what I would. How easy is it if we want to go in and start to just like play around on it and just search the whole, go through it? So it's
yeah, you can't break it. You can't break it.
Right now, easy. When you go live, they'll warn you to stop being in the environment because what will happen is everything you do is going to get wiped out. We're going to completely erase it, and then real data is going to take its place. And that's when you don't want to be messing around with it.
Right now,
but there will be a pretty fair warning before that happens.
Yeah, we've got a couple of weeks. So things like I've shortened the list of cat types and colors and all that. If you go in there, something's missing, you feel like you don't see something, let me know. I have a lot of flexibility to go in and change stuff. So please, like, pretend with your cats now, put them in the new system and just see if you have questions. It is a little weird at first, but after you do it a few times, it does become a much easier, and you start to see that a lot of it that we were having to hand put in is just tick boxes. So it does make it easier. But please go in and play.
The biggest thing is give yourself grace. So, you know, you're going to be playing in it for a little bit and then you're going to go live. And when you go live is when everyone's panic happens. You go to do that first adoption and you're like, well, crap, I don't remember how to do it. Please just know there's somebody on your team that's going to remember. There's videos that you can access before you go to that event at that store. Watch the video again. Try to refamiliarize yourself with it and give yourself grace. It takes about 30 days of being in the system to be really used to it and kind of get that muscle memory. And I know because I've done it. I've onboarded with Buzz. I've done this with Buzz, and I did about 400 to 500 adoptions a year by myself on Buzz. So it takes a little bit, but pretty soon you're going to have it completely memorized.
Yeah, it'll be like when you got our system now. And the other thing too is if all else fails, just write everything down on a piece of paper and we'll deal with it later. They can make a donation for the amount. We write everything else on a piece of paper and we'll figure it out. Basically, you have the meet and greet form, the paper meet and greet form. You collect the donation. We'll figure it out on the back end. So it should stop you from any adoptions. That's our fail safe.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right. Does anyone have any questions for me? If not, I will let you guys go about your evenings, and I just thank you for joining. And remember, just give yourself that grace. That first 30 days, you're going to have my launch care team. And then after that, my launch care team hands you off to support, and I oversee all of it. So I'm always watching, always just lurking in the background.
Thank you so much for staying on late. I know we had a lot of editorial
yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, both of you. And Courtney's been wonderful with all my questions and concerns and staying up late and everything. So
Good. I
No
know
problem.
she has been. So when you launch, one thing to know is the username and password that you have now stays the same. The only thing that's going to change is your login link. And then once you launch, Amy will send you that new login link. So you're not going to be doing your whatever hosted by Buzz. It's going to be your domain / built by Buzz. But you will use the same username and login. It
well,
is
can we delete them out of the username and login? Because I gave you guys a username and I don't know if that's the one you want to use. So if I delete them out of this, can we just put them in new if they prefer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be able to change the username. It won't let you once you put it in. You have to actually delete the user and re-add them.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys don't like it, I'll delete you and put in a new one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, it was so nice meeting all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm sorry we went over.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience and your amazing questions, Larry. You have the best questions.
For sure.
You win.
Yeah.
I'm the person who gets off a meeting and thinks of 100 more. So if you think of 100 more questions, please just shoot an email and we'll get them answered for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.